All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostle elders, was rule great millstone wow. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa ba. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 15 verse 17. Thus, being well comforted by the words of Judas, which this is dealing with the Maccabees, it says, which were very good and able to stir them up to valor and to encourage the hearts of the young men, they determined not to pitch camp, but courageously to set upon them and manfully to try the matter by conflict, because the city and the sanctuary and the temple were in danger. And they were going against the Greeks, all right, which they had the heathen support. The Greek Edomite, the Edomite is the so-called Caucasians, which were Greeks and then eventually Romans. All right, the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery today. All right, and we had the city of Jerusalem, and the Greeks were always trying to take what we had. The Edomites, the so-called Caucasians, and the other nations, all the way back to even Ham in Egypt. All right, they've always been trying to take peace from us. All right, it says in verse 18, for the care that they took for their wives and their children, their brethren and folks, was in least account with them. But the greatest and principal fear was for the holy temple, which we had a temple back in the day that King Solomon set up, right? And it was rebuilt, destroyed, rebuilt, destroyed a couple times. And so they were caring for that temple, that physical temple, which don't exist no more. All right? Now the temple is the hopeful elect men. It says in 19, also they that were in the city took not the least care, being troubled for the conflict abroad. So they wanted to see the war between the Israelites and the Greeks, the Seleucid Empire. It says, and now when as all looked what should be the trial, and the enemies were already come near, and the army was set in array, and the beasts conveniently placed, and the horsemen set in the wings. So the Greeks had a superior army because they had the heathen with them. Maccabeus, seeing the coming of the multitude and the diverse preparations of armor and the fierceness of the beast, stretched out his hand toward heaven. Right? Judas Maccabeus stretched his hand towards heaven and called upon the Lord that worketh wonders, knowing that victory cometh not by arms, but even as it seemeth good to him, he giveth it to much as are worthy. Right? Therefore, in his prayer, he said after this manner, O Lord, thou didst send thine angel in the time of Hezekiah, king of Judea, and didst slay in the hosts of Sennacherib, dealing with the Babylonians, and 185,000. Wherefore, now also, O Lord of heaven, send a good angel before us for a fear and dread unto them. And through the might of thine own arm, let those be stricken with terror that come against thy holy people to blasphemy. And he ended thus. And that's what's going to happen for us, all right? We are in the last days of the ruling time of the Edomites. The Edomites are that red devil the Bible speaks of. And the Lord's going to end them violently. All right? And they're going to try to come up against the Israelite, the elect, to try to change the prophecy, but it ain't going to happen. All right? It says in Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh through his son Yahushai from the west, which is America, and his glory from the rising of the sun to the east, When the enemy shall come in like a flood, which they got these troops here in America, which they're planning on slaughtering the Israelite, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. It says, shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, dealing with those elect men, the prophets. All right, that's why it says in the day of our power, our people will be willing to listen in that day. They'll be willing to submit to the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, to the prophets, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, them that take heed to the prophets, saith Yahweh, as for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith Yahweh, from henceforth and forevermore. So Esau, he has all these plans, right, to do us harm, but we don't have to fear those things. All right, the Lord's going to deliver us, just like he's delivered us before. That's why we're still here. They try to kill us many times over, all right, but they can't because it's not allowed to them. It says in 2 Esdras 15 verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So them 2/3 reprobates that are for Esau and the other nations ruling over Israel and those heathen, they're going to be put to death. All right, because the Lord ain't with them. He don't give a fuck about them. He loves the elect. He cares for his elect. All praises and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem HaRakakodash.